Hey there, y'all. Figured I'd come out with a video for the day. We got a IPO coming up, and I'm not really sure if it's going to actually debut tomorrow, but we'll see. I did check it on E-Trade actually to see if there was a viable ticker and put up, because what they do is a lot of times they will, they'll be getting an IPO ready, and they'll kind of run the ticker symbol into the system, and they'll have it temporarily posted, for anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, usually, from what I've seen anyway. And that can be kind of a signal that they're gearing up. They're about ready for it. So anyway, tomorrow, supposedly still, we have ticker ATGL that's supposed to go live, and I'm really looking forward to this one for a couple different reasons. For starters, it's prime number capital is the underwriter, and this is one of those underwriters that I throw into the top four anyway. And as far as how they rank, the 1, 2, 3, 4, that can kind of vary depending on performance. So it's constantly changing. But those, prime number capital, great underwriter. And with this specific IPO, they're offering 1.75 million shares, and this gets even juicier here. There's only 2 million post IPO outstanding shares. So 2 million, that's almost nothing. That's tiny. Generally speaking, when these IPOs go live, they'll have on the small end, usually in between 10 and 15 million, for post IPO shares. I think the last one that I played that had the smallest post IPO share amount was like around 14 million. So, this is just a really, really small IPO in shares in general. Um, Post shares and what they're offering on day one. So this could get really, really interesting. If this thing gets some volume, uh, you know, it, it could be crazy. We could be looking at maybe, another HKD or MEGL style play, possibly. That's not, uh, you know, in this market, it's not likely at all. Um, but it's been a little while since we've seen one, and we're about due. And this has potential for the setup for something like that. We'll see what happens. But I do think that it's going to be a successful IPO nonetheless. And I do think, and this is all just my opinion, none of this is financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Um, but it is in my opinion that this one will probably open up higher right out of the get go. Kind of like last week. WBUY, it opened up at like $8. I think this one could open up, uh, 100%, just like that one did, or more, depending. We'll kind of see what happens. With WBUY, they IPO'd on Friday, and there wasn't really hardly any volume, in the markets that day, just in general. So if this one IPOs tomorrow, being a Wednesday, there's a lot of people that are still trading on Wednesdays. So, it could be a whole different story. We could actually see the volume come in and actually see some big price action, which would just be awesome. So I did put in a $2,000 pre-order for this. We'll see how much I get, with my pre-order. Um, I'm going to play this one just like I've played most all of the others, at least the ones that I thought were going to be good. Um, I put in a nice pre-order, and I'm going to, possibly buy in right out of the gate. Um, and not like a ton necessarily, but pick something up, uh, and then kind of see what happens after that. And if there's a dip before the big rip, which is a lot of times what'll happen, you'll what you'll see is you'll see it open up, and it'll have a quick price jump, and then it'll kind of smooth back out, come down a little bit, and you'll get some of those people that can't hold, and they'll sell, and that's fine, because you made money, especially if it opens up higher, you're making money. um, so you do what you have to, and everybody's situation is different. So when I play these IPOs, I'm solely focused on that IPO, and I'm not doing anything else. But if you're busy doing something, you might just need to do the opposite of what I do. So anyhow, shoot, kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. Um, but if it gets that that drop down in price, and it offers up another good buying opportunity, at a lower price, and there's still volume coming into it that looks decent, then when it shows a clear bottom, when it's obvious that, okay, we've touched at this price, this is the sweet spot, this is where I want to possibly take an entry, then I'll do it, and we'll see what happens. Um, with WBUY, it was a different story, because I ended up with like 2/3 of my pre-order, and I would have bought more right at the the right when it opened up. But when it opened up at $8, and I only had an order put in, a limit order for like $5.50, and so when I seen it open up at $8, I was like, hell, there's no way. uh, There's just no way that my order is going to fill at $5.50. I might as well just cancel it out. And then it kind of bounced up, and did exactly the typical, uh, came down a little bit to like $6.25, $6.50, right in there, and then shot back up, and it went up to like $11, uh, maybe even 12. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look, but I was out at $10. Um, you know, Basically I sold, uh, you know, at that what I considered to be the sweet spot. Um, I think I did pretty well with 150%. So I was pretty happy about that. But anyhow, hopefully tomorrow, we'll get this IPO and ATGL, and we'll hopefully have some good success with it. Uh, if y'all have those accounts where you're limited to 3-day trades a week, this is definitely going to be one that you're probably going to want to keep an eye on. So maybe consider hanging on to one of your day trades if you can. If not, fine. Sometimes I just sit back and watch things. I passed up a couple of opportunities that I probably should have jumped on because they blew up, but it's like, I had other things going on anyway, so it's all good. I've been going out doing a little bit of mushroom picking. It's that time of the year. Chanterelles coming on here pretty soon, hopefully. Seen a lot of bleats and other things, but that's not really what I'm after. hopefully we'll get the lobsters and chanterelles and hedgehogs, yellowfeet, candy caps, a bunch of those coming in. And it's been a while since I did any prospecting, but picking up on that again a little bit too. Hitting up a couple of spots over the weekend that looked pretty decent, and didn't really get to work them that much. But we'll get there. So anyway, I'm gonna quit rambling here, and I got shit to do. So I bet you do too. Y'all have a good afternoon.